Welcome back to Bay City Chronicles, everybody. This is Shadows over Legaria. I am your Dungeon Master, TGE. And as you can see tonight, we've got, the four heroes who you've been accustomed to seeing here. We've got Chameleon Ice. We've got Cameralist Crimson Avix. We've got Norestra. And we've got a Cameralist OPT Lawyer. So, you get to see half of them.
Hello.
Whether it's the good half or the bad half, I'll let you figure that out.
Are you a good half or a bad half?
Or not a half at all.
Well, at least 2/3 of this is bad, so.
2/3, Nora, there's 5 people here. The math doesn't work out.
He meant of the camera showing.
Yes, but he didn't specify. He just said of this.
Well, to be fair, if we're going in fists, then 5 fists of this entire team is pretty much off the rails and bad. But
I mean, yes. I've stopped pretending that there's even rails to begin with because we know something big is going to happen.
There are rails here, and I missed that memo.
No, we're going. We don't need no rails.
Nope. But where we are going, we do need a recap for what happened last time. So, last time, you guys woke up at the Silver Oak Orphanage, where, I should say woke up. You also went to bed at the Silver Oak Orphanage, where Ponzi had himself a little slumber party. It was Ponzi and the 5 orphans in the one giant bed having just a giant slumber party. Because Ponzi is the hero of the orphans.
he is.
So you guys woke up after sending Kai back to the Cinderbrook Keep, where he was able to make sure you guys had a boat to travel up north upriver to the Argent Glade, a swamp where you knew that the mirage flower blew. As you made your way up there after waking up at the orphanage, you started to notice it getting colder and colder and colder. And Chloe was able to figure out that some sort of control weather spell had been cast on and over and around the swamp. As you guys made it there, you wandered through this cold, misty fog for a little while until you came across a rather spectacular-looking hut. Inside, you met a lovely old woman who at first was extremely hospitable, and then proceeded to get more and more belligerent as you told her what your plan was here in the swamp, and that you were going after the mirage flower. She very forcefully told you should abandon that plan and just go back to where you came from. But y'all decided she was probably crazy and or, whatever, and went after it anyway. A little ways behind the hut, you did in fact find the mirage flower. And as you went to pick it, you were ambushed by the hag, who attempted to freeze you all in place by utilizing Cone of Cold. You did manage to avoid half of that damage, and then the rest of the fight was not very much a fight because there was no way she was dealing with all of that damage coming at her. But pretty much after turn 1, it was just all over with the crying kind of deal. You managed to figure out what flower was the proper correct flower. You picked it, and you are now on the boat back to Argenti, so you can take care of the mutated sewer rock for the orphans. And with that, that brings us to Shadows over Legaria, episode 12, Expected Results. So we are here, we are on...
Wait. We're not at chapter 12 yet on the channel admin side because someone didn't update that.
Oh. Sorry.
Okay, now Twitch will say that we're on episode 12.
So yes, you guys are on the boat heading back to Argenti. You have the flower. What are you guys going to do?
I mean, we're already on the boat and going back. So,
how long is this boat ride?
A couple, 3 hours.
Okay. So, Kira's gone to her, I'm guessing she's got a room on this boat someplace or somewhere, and she's just been licking her wounds because she got hurt pretty badly during the whole thing. When I say licking her wounds, I mean that outright.
You mean that literally, not figuratively?
Yeah, exactly. Cat.
Of course. Chloe actually is probably trying to make sure Ponzi gets the flower, and see if there's anything she can do to help him repair it. If there's anything that's even required. Because we have time on the boat, we might as well be using it productively.
See, a Ponzi would have a workstation. I mean, it's a boat, so very difficult to mix proper ingredients properly, but Ponzi started processing.
All right, go ahead and make me an alchemist tools check with advantage.
Oh, wait, does this count as a full rest kind of a thing, or no?
No, this is a short rest, not a long one.
Fair enough. I didn't know how many hours it was.
It's a couple hours, so not the benefits of a long rest.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So you nearly crit that darn thing.
Steady hands.
So you go ahead and it takes you pretty much the whole trip back to do it, but there is no hiccups, no nothing. This is, you mix it up, it is fantastic. Although it is a weird bubbly purple color.
Ooh.
And it kind of smells like a combination of lavender and basil.
That's interesting.
I was expecting worse.
I can't give you bad. You rolled ridiculous.
Fair.
Hopefully this is going to be enough to heal all of those children.
Oh, it's basically like you expect like little vials. I mean, this is Ponzi, so it's not little vials. Ponzi just has a giant pitcher with a spout that he can just dispense it into cups.
It's like a Gatorade bucket.
Yeah. And let's be honest, Ponzi's alchemical tools, he's not sitting there like, no, he's going full bartender, going full mixologist, shaking the crap out of this, just pouring it in.
Absolutely.
Straining over fresh ice.
Yes, absolutely. Fresh ice. Actually, because it's in a giant pitcher, it's all being mixed up and then it'll be poured over fresh ice.
Yeah, that's a fair point, yes.
It's just giant drink spigot of this slightly bubbling purple, like light purple liquid that has the color of lavender and the smell of lavender and basil.
That's one way to make medicine.
Yeah, right?
Well,
apparently you learned from the school of John Tafford.
Well, purple grape medicine was taken, so. So that's what Ponzi is doing. Kiara is literally licking her wounds. We've got two other people on this boat. What are they doing?
Well, I was saying Chloe was helping Ponzi in any way to help with the mixing, if anything. Which I assume is what the advantage was, but...
No, the advantage was the fact that he's made this before.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you can be sitting there watching and taking notes. Kite!
Kite is in a corner staring at a piece of paper.
Okay.
Studying it.
So, like I said, it's about 2.5, 3 hours. You guys pull in. The extra half hour is waiting for to lower you guys back down to where you can pull in again.
It always takes so long.
There is a fast way to do it, but they have no reason to. So you guys make your way back, and you get back into the keep. It's actually a pretty quick trip out there, all things considered. You left early morning, 3 hours out, a couple hours in the swamp. Yeah, it's basically, as you get back to the keep, the sun is setting, so you get that silver glow all across the city
Ooh,
as you approach.
it
And
is
it's
always
even,
beautiful.
and it's even crazier from this side because you're coming in from the north, as opposed to the last time where you were coming into the east. So it has a different look to it coming from the north, as
Mhm.
opposed to coming from the east where you did last time. Because when you first approached Argenti, you were coming at it to the point where the silver was shining directly onto you because you were heading west. Now you're coming south, so it's got a much different look.
Gotcha.
So you guys make your way back, and waiting there, because Kai is still at the orphanage, you are met by, well, let's switch scenes. I should switch scenes. Button. There's my button. Now, you are met not by Chancellor Margrave, but by the prince.
Oh. How's he looking?
Well, you've sort of seen him like in like the sort of like the traditional warrior garments when he was doing the preliminary fight for the tournament. You've
Mhm.
seen him in more laid back, sort of casual, roaming around town clothes. He's definitely more decked out in the "I'm the prince and I'm supposed to look formal" wear right now.
You did the royal kind of wear, yeah.
The royal uncomfortable tuxedo, and he looks pretty pained to even be in this outfit.
Mhm.
Like it's very much just like prim, proper, supposed to look like
Right.
like royalty.
No. Kira goes up to him and says, "Yeah, you look good. Don't wear it out."
Honestly, I'd say the look doesn't quite suit him.
No, but he looks good though.
Awful.
I mean, you might feel awful, but you look good.
I can barely move this.
Oh. Okay, well that's a problem.
That was one thing I never really understood about noble clothing. Why is it always made to be more difficult to be comfortable in?
Because it has to be as stuck up as they are.
Exactly.
Actually correct. Also, look how tight this outfit is. It's hard to hide a weapon in this.
That's also true.
That's a better point.
So, was your little mission to the swamp a success?
It was. We got exactly what we needed.
Mm-hmm.
He looks frostbite.
Frostbite? Did you know the swamp is frozen?
No, that's why I was questioning it. Because it looks like you got hit by something cold.
Oh.
Part of Kira's hair is still frozen solid. Despite the fact it's been hours.
Yeah, the swamp seemed to have been overrun by a hag that was using a control weather spell. And it was unseasonably cold there.
Great.
But she's gone now, so that won't even be a problem.
He just looks and goes, looks at the four of you. Gone. As in gone or as in gone?
As in, she was killed and I believe shattered?
It was Chloe this time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she will not be seen by anyone ever again, hopefully.
So Chloe got the nut. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, she did.
I didn't think you had it in you.
Chloe pushes up her glasses. And, well, when children are in danger and my friends are in danger, certain things need to be done.
She did pack quite a wallop.
I did hear about that, Ponzi. You know, you have a cheering section of orphans?
I mean, you have a schoolboy crush.
Yeah, but I'm not running around cheering somebody's name.
Out loud.
Neither am I.
No, the kids are though. They're really
Exactly.
cute. You should come see them. They're really cute when they're sitting there chanting Ponzi's name.
I would love to if you can manage to get me out of here. The Chancellor won't let me out.
Well, you probably need to be here for political reasons.
Kite looks over at Owen. Are you sure you want to go see the kids? I mean, after all, they are brutally honest.
Oh, this will be fun. We should do it.
But I'm pretty sure their judgment is, impaired because they think Ponzi's nice.
Yes, but I think kids have this little poem about two people in a tree and spelling out a word.
It's best if you stay here, Owen. You have responsibilities.
No, he should come with us.
Yeah, I think he should absolutely come with us.
Roll opposed persuasion checks.
Who?
Everybody.
So disadvantage, you said, or
No. Opposed
Opposed.
persuasion checks.
opposed? Okay.
Yeah,
As in,
so
like, we're trying to see who gets the higher ones?
basically,
okay.
yes. Everybody's rolling persuasion. Chloe and Kite are on one side of this.
Oh,
And,
shouldn't be on advantage though.
Yeah, and well,
Kira's not
it looks like Chloe's wins, so the prince is not going.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. It wouldn't be good for that anyway.
It's for the
Anyway.
best.
Good luck, and and he just sort of like runs off.
Mm. That would have been fun.
I beg to differ.
There's a reason that I told him what they would have done.
Right.
Besides, he does have more responsibilities here, I think.
He does.
Well, of course.
We do not need him getting distracted. He looks for any excuse to get distracted.
Not to mention, like, the terrible potions master who put us in this situation in the first place and almost killed you. He might try to make good on finishing his job if he knows we're alive. I'd hate for Alwyn to get mixed up in all of that.
Mm.
You think he's going to live?
Well, we haven't
If
seen
he
him yet.
shows his face around here again?
That's a rather impressive threat coming from you.
You wanted me dead.
So did
problem,
everything else we've encountered.
That is true.
He's correct, sir. You know this, right?
He's technically correct, yes.
Which is the best kind of correct.
He's the only correct that matters.
I'm a book.
Sure.
I appreciate technical correctness.
So you would like a lawyer?
He's more of a lawyer. As
No. Oh, no. I like technical correctness. That doesn't mean I like lawyers who manipulate technical correctness for their own means. Absolutely not. I am not a lawyer. I am a book.
Besides, Llewellyn likes the judges better because they throw the book at them.
Exactly. He gets me. And when Llewellyn says he gets me, a pair of pop-up fingers go boom.
That guy.
But yeah, no, you got pop-up finger guns.
Oh, gosh.
Kira mutters to herself, I thought lawyers were revered in this country. I must have misread that.
Probably only by those in power.
Oh. That gives me a reason to hate them then.
As they should be.
Yep. For those watching on YouTube, I'm laughing because a finger guns emote just got posted in chat.
Oh, it exists.
So
But
anyway,
no, go on. We should probably get to the children sooner rather than later, just because I don't know how long your stopgap's going to work for Ponzi, but I am really worried about that alchemist. Because since we haven't seen him yet, I'm worried he's going to try to surprise us.
Let him.
Yeah. Well, you should get there quickly because Chloe is right. The stopgap will last a while, but I don't know how far along they really were.
I think that's fair. But once this is done, we can rest easy anyway.
So you make your way back to the orphanage. No crazy old crones stop you this time.
Yay.
You've had a day of those. You've had enough of those for a bit. So you make your way back to the orphanage. Woot, woot. It is the four of you. Kai is there. Everyone's sort of in the bed. There's the five orphans who you met. Jaden, Colby, Blaze, Charlie, and Cal. Unintentionally naming things after characters from other games, other things that we've done. I just went for a random name generator, so I apologize ahead of time for that. So you guys get in, and it seems like they're sort of just playing around, and you walk in, and all the orphans' heads swoop over. And they all sort of look over, have this mischievous grin on their faces.
Kite purposely walks in after Ponzi because he doesn't want to get caught in the crossfire.
Yeah. And they all sort of have this look. And then the oldest one, Jane, goes, now? And Kai has the even bigger smile on his face. Now. And they all break out into the lovely little thing that Kite pointed out, the kissing song. And it's clear that Kai may have told the kids that there may be someone they could aggravate. So they are not going after Ponzi right now, because it's definitely a Chloe and Alwyn sitting in a tree thing happening right now.
Let me see.
And they're all K-I-S. They're all dancing around K-I-S-S-I-S.
I don't have visibility equipped. Darn it.
and you get all blushy, and you look out, and now it's the five kids, and Llewellyn is also in there doing it with them.
Wrong system, but take a powerful blow.
Right?
I'm taking one.
Well saved.
Well said.
Kara leans over to Chloe and says, "You seem to be popular today."
I don't know why, and I wish I weren't.
Why not?
So this happens, and then Charlie goes up and goes, "You like the prince?"
No, it's a rumor that's misspread.
But why would Mr. Kai lie to us? You like the prince. Is he cute?
He's okay.
I believe that is a yes from her.
No, it is not a yes.
Here, Luan. Oh, it's absolutely, totally a yes.
Lou, you are not helping.
I'm a book. I can appreciate handsome and pretty.
Kite gives a slight chuckle and leans over to Llewellyn. You know, it's funny that she gets all the attention and I'm actually the one in the relationship with royalty.
Right.
Yes, but it's much less fun when it's an official relationship.
Well, no one knows about us. They apparently know about them, though. And they don't even know about them.
Clearly not.
Stop shipping us.
Wait, what's shipping? Are we gonna pack you in the? Wait, we're packing you and the prince in a box. Where are you going?
You'll learn when you're older.
On a honeymoon.
Oh, awesome!
Kite, I thought you were on my side.
You're gonna go down the river on a honey. Oh, is it gonna be a beautiful cruise ship?
You should see the wedding first.
Yeah.
Oh, can we go? Can we go? Can I be a flower girl? Can we go?
Hey, Kai.
It would be magnificent cat statues.
Kai, isn't it wedding tradition to have the groom fight a mock battle?
Kyle cracks his knuckles. Yes, but it's not tradition for him to win.
Don't plan my wedding without me present.
You are
right
present.
here.
You're right here.
Without me involved.
You're just not saying anything, so we assume
That's
that means
that's me
you
not being involved.
No. Don't listen. Don't listen to the madam. That's just her not knowing what to say. You know, she likes to analyze things first. So just relax. She's okay with this. I promise you, she's okay with this. And you know, I've thought about this for a while. I've had time. Someone turn me to page 347.
Ponzi reaches up, starts well into 347.
You see 347 it opens, and it's just a pop-up of Chloe in a wedding dress.
Why do you have? You know
Why
what?
do you have that?
I'm a book. I don't sleep.
That's a fair point.
Why does it
Look-
have Ponzi provides alcohol at wedding written here?
I didn't put that. You look over, there's Ponzi with a quill in his hand.
I'm just saying, Jello shots are in right now.
There will not be a wedding. I don't like the prince. He is not my type.
At this point, Charlie looks over too. What about him isn't your type? He's young, he's handsome, he's royalty. What about that isn't your type?
He doesn't like me.
Not sure that's true.
I'm definitely sure that's not true, madam.
That is absolutely true.
Do you remember when his father yelled in the thing? He gave you permission to date his son. You have permission from the king to date the prince.
But I don't want to. I get a say in this, yes?
I'm not sure you do, actually.
You might get a say in this, but everyone else is wondering why your say is what it is.
It's complicated, and children would not understand. Neither would little men, or...
What's complicated about dating a prince? He's a prince!
What would I not understand, madam?
About dating somebody who barely just met you and knows nothing about you and for some reason is interested in you and is due to be disappointed by everything that you are, and... I'm not interested in romance.
To answer all your questions, yes, up until the be disappointed in you, and I don't think the prince would be disappointed in you. You're
I
He
see
doesn't-
no reason why he would be.
You're just unconfident.
I'm realistic about
No.
my goals.
No, you are unconfident. You don't realize your ability.
There's a time for this, and it's not in front of orphans. No offense.
Well,
Children.
Y'all can continue to have this discussion, but I've got to take care of this first.
Yeah,
Yes.
you go save all the
And
orphans.
I will
Mr.
help.
Ponzi,
No,
Mr.
we'll
Ponzi.
continue talking about Chloe marrying the prince.
Yeah, so,
Yes, y'all continue that conversation while I go and actually.
and the orphans look to go, no, we're staying here. And they're all staying for this conversation.
Ponzi, I will
Ponzi
help you
pours him just a
administer
little
the
glasses real quick.
Yeah.
I will help you administer the medicine, Ponzi.
I'm good.
The orphans don't let you into the bed sector. All the city, like they've all parked, crisscross applesauce to listen to this.
Regardless of your inevitable marriage to the prince, you need to have much, much more confidence in yourself, Chloe.
I'm working on that. But I believe also that it would be right for me to choose somebody I am interested in when the time comes, instead of the other way around.
So when are you dating the prince then?
I'm not interested in the prince.
No, don't let her fool you. She's saying she's not interested in the prince because the last 5 books she's read have all been about playing hard to get. That's all this is.
Lou, don't lie.
What part of that is a lie?
That is not the last books I read.
The last five fiction books you read certainly have been.
I haven't read fiction books in years.
Yes, you've all been reading magical study books. I have to go back into the well for this.
Regardless, I'm not interested in the prince. I don't need to be interested in the prince. I have other goals. My goals don't involve the prince. And if the prince knew what the prince has better responsibilities to deal with in his life than the things that I am interested in.
Madam, you do realize, and I know you're smart enough to know that you know half of that statement is untrue, correct?
Which half?
The fact about the prince having responsibilities. This is a queendom. Males in the royal line have absolutely zero responsibilities aside from being figureheads.
Why has the king been ordering us around?
He hasn't.
He's asked. He has never ordered. He has simply asked.
Well, yes, but he's been taking care of a lot of things when it comes to trying to direct us and give us basically some guidance.
Because he is possibly trying to take care of his daughter.
Uh-huh. Just because it's a queendom doesn't mean that the males have absolutely nothing they can do.
Well, yes, that makes sense. But I just assumed that Owen would have responsibilities he would fill in for his father when the time came.
Which is why he hasn't been with us this entire time we've been in the city.
Exactly.
But they'll be due back soon. The tournament's not going to last forever.
True, but when the tournament finishes, that may change a great course. That may change a great many things.
Probably not.
If the Duke gets his way, and if they manage to rig the tournament, remember that was something we were trying to prevent.
Yes, Chloe. But may I remind you that a lot of responsibility does not distract entirely from other things. Sometimes they need a break. Whether or not you like the prince, whether or not he likes you, the camaraderie that you two can have if you both weren't being so stubborn could be a welcome distraction for him at some point.
I'm not being stubborn. I like the prince just fine. He's a
You
gentleman.
heard it! You heard it! She said she liked the prince! You heard it right here, everybody! She said it!
I'm not interested in the prince romantically.
Da, 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 she said she liked the prince. She said she liked the prince. And then you have all the orphans. Chloe likes the prince. Chloe likes the prince.
All romance is going to be is a distraction anyway. It's going to get in the way.
Just a side note, Chloe, how long have you had Llewellyn?
Really, I think it's only been a year.
But you still haven't learned that he's going to take the slightest thing to take literally, and use it against you?
I am starting to gain that knowledge.
Starting to.
Well, when you've been alone for a while and really it's just you and your talking book, it becomes a bit different when you start involving other people.
I have a feeling you and I are going to have a lot of talks.
What kind of talks?
Well, you just mentioned about being alone for a while, and that may have something to do with why you're so opposed to even thinking of possibly liking the prince.
This is Daddy Kite again. It's just a nicer side of Daddy Kite.
Loneliness has nothing to do with it.
But it can prevent you wanting to open up.
True, but it can also teach me patterns.
The only pattern that exists around here is Ponzi dying.
It is pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't die, sir. I get knocked unconscious. There's a difference.
It's a fair point.
Somebody needs to protect the rest of you from the horrible floor monster.
It is horrible.
So, as this conversation is going on, over in the back, Ponzi, as you are administering this antidote, you feel something rub up against your legs.
Not the direction I expected this stream to go, but
It's very furry.
Kiara?
Kiara's in the room with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Ponzi's reaction, is Kiara.
Did you yell, Kiara?
No, I just kind of like, Kiara? What the hell?
And it's not Kiara. It is.
Aww.
And you say that, and the orphans look, and all of them stop picking on Chloe, and they all yell in unison, Sunday!
Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday. She comes around here every now and then. She's like the cat of the orphanage.
Please tell me I can speak cat.
You're a cat. Like, if you
can't
can't
speak cat.
speak to other felines, then there'd be an issue.
Awesome.
This game's got 10 times better.
So Ponzi reaches down and pets Sunday.
Actually, Chloe's probably got front over because she likes cats. They're adorable.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Kira's actually going to go over and look down and, oh, hello, little one.
Sunday looks up at you. Well, this is unexpected. Did not expect to see another one of my kind here. And Kiara, you're the only one who understands this. To the rest of you, you just hear adorable meowing.
Another one of
So adorable.
Is this like Boss Baby, where they're talking to each other and then they show it talking to around the parents and it's blah, 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 blah.
Effectively, yes.
Effectively, yeah. So Kira's like, another one of my kind. Are you the goose?
No,
Oh,
you are feline.
yes.
My kind is a bit of a...
Oh,
Anyway, this small one, is he with you?
yes.
He has done a good thing here, protecting those that cannot protect themselves.
He has. He's done a very good job. They all have.
Yes, but this one in particular.
Oh, he knows how to mix all the potions.
Yes, but does he understand why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch? I'm sorry, you set me up. I couldn't help it.
I've not heard of such thing. What is this cinnamon?
Don't.
Why did we toast it and why is it crunchy?
Well, it's crunchy because it's fried. Anyway, it's something from a different one. Do not worry about it. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
do you think that this one would be okay with... Well, let's just do it this way. And Ponzi, at this point you hear this. You have done well, hero of the small.
Is the cat speaking to me?
It is.
Yeah, you hear this.
Kira's just like,
Cat's,
it is.
The cat's speaking to me.
it's what?
The cat's speaking to me.
Oh,
This cat's speaking to him.
oh, why is it speaking to him?
And Sunday rubs up against your legs. You have done well to protect those who cannot protect themselves.
I thank you, I think.
It has
Oh,
been a
sorry.
while since I have found somebody who is willing to... I've been willing to grant a small fraction of my power to...
Wait, what?
If you would like. Champion of the lost and forgotten. And at this point, Sunday jumps up on your shoulder and does the whole nudging up against your face. Clearly, Sunday wants scritches.
Oh, Ponzi gives scritchies.
Ooh, yes. Ooh, no. Ooh, that's the spot. Yes, right there. That's the spot.
Kira looks somewhat jealous.
So does Chloe.
So you have power. I mean, obviously you're talking to me, so this is Ponzi pulls out one of his drinks. He's like, "No, I didn't drink that." Puts it back in.
I haven't drank anything today. Okay.
But if you would like to, you can draw upon that power, and we can see what happens. But as a show of perfect faith, Let me show you what I can do. And who has the chilling ring that you guys found?
I do.
You feel the ring get warm wherever you're holding it.
Probably in one of her pouches, so she'll feel that kind of odd sensation. She'll kind of pull it out and examine it, kind of in her palm.
Well, you pull it out, and the ring no longer looks cursed or chilled. In fact, it looks like it kind of looks cheaply made, almost like something you'd get out of like a 25-cent crank thing. It's got the silver band, but on top of it is what appears to be a tiny chocolate chip cookie.
What is this now?
That is just a small display of my power. Things that you can share with those who are less fortunate. 3 times a day, if you wear the ring, speak the command word, or command words in this case.
Are we hearing all of this, by the way?
Ponzi is hearing this,
Okay,
and Kiara is hearing this.
gotcha.
She's translating.
Yes.
Gotcha.
You will get things that need to be shared, and there are consequences if they are not shared.
Does he mean things like cookies?
Sunday looks and goes, well, you can try it out. The command word is freshly baked.
Freshly baked. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not near kids. Unfortunately, we're not near children all the time.
I said needs to be shared.
Not
So-
necessarily to children.
That's a fair point.
So, are you, Chloe? You have the ring right now.
Well, I do know how to deal with magical items. Probably the best of us right now. So, sure, I'll put it on for now and try it out.
All right, roll me 1d4 plus 1. You say freshly baked, and in your hand appear 4 slightly warm, fresh chocolate chip cookies.
This is the best spell in the world.
And now that you've done this, I can show you the ring of cookies.
It's just a cookie.
Ring of cookies. It's a cookie.
The ring of cookies. Thank you. Thank you. So, Nora, now when I gave you the spoiler and I just showed you the chocolate chip cookie, you now know why.
Yep, that's fantastic. I love every second of it.
I love every moment of this is amazing.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Krim is not so much.
What's Chloe definitely hands out the cookies that they appear.
Okay.
Like she gives them all out because she doesn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Actually, no, she's keeping at least half of one. She likes cookies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she'll give at least one half to herself, another half to Ponzi. Kira, do you want a cookie?
I have a question. Can I eat chocolate?
Sunday speaks up. Do not worry. It is perfectly fine for us to eat.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Excellent. And then she gives the other 2 to orphans because she assumes Kite doesn't want any. Right?
Is that based off of Kite or is that based off of Krim?
Well, I do know, Kite, that you're from you're a half-elf, right?
Yes.
So is your clan, like at home, like part related to the Keebler tribe, or no? Because maybe this will remind you of home.
Wow.
So Kite picks up the back end of his staff.
I assume you don't
What
want
the
the cookie.
hell is a Keebler elf?
Sunday speaks up. Oh, would you like me to explain? And you hear this now.
Probably not.
Good. However, if you're going to smack, I do suggest doing it.
I like him. Can we keep him?
I mean, I'm all for it. Her, him, her, yeah. Kitty, you want to come with us?
I would love to, but I need to make sure that they are safe here.
Oh,
No, he protects the orphans.
that's noble.
Speaking of that, Do you know how the kids got sick?
Yes. And I know how they got cured.
Would you like to share how they got sick?
Unfortunately, it does not work.
Pardon?
Unfortunately, it does not work that way.
What do you mean it doesn't work that way?
I can't give that information out. I am a protector, not an information.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Kira at some point can't help herself, walks over, picks up Snowy, sits down, and like starts scritching him in like the places only cats know that you really want to be scritched at.
Oh. You should not be doing this here. There are small children present.
Keep it PG.
You're fine. This isn't those places yet.
Yeah, you just see like the full-on cat stretched out claws with like kneading the air.
Cats never let me get that close. Oh.
Then Llewellyn whispers in your ear, "No, but princes might."
Wow.
If you find me a prince who's also a cat, then we'll talk.
I mean, I'm sure we can give the prince ears and whiskers.
We'll talk.
I'm working on it right now.
All we need is one of those suits that have fur on them with the mascot head. You'll be fine.
So yeah, Ponzi's been collecting Kira's sheddings and has a fursuit ready for the prince.
Writing my notes.
Next time, Chammy's notes. Chloe got picked on. A lot. Also cookies.
And fursuits.
At this point, though, the kids have done what kids do, and they've gone over and they have extracted Sunday from your lap and are playing with Sunday.
Aw, okay.
Oh, that reminds me of the ring. Ponzi, you might want to keep this. It might be useful for you.
The ring of cookies?
Well, I mean, you're a merchant, and like not only would you maybe be able to sell some of the things that you make like this, but I mean, you're also very good, clearly, with children, and you're good, it seems, in like caretaking a bit. And cookies really do have a bedside manner.
So you're the only one with magic powers.
Also, did you not hear what the sweet kitty said?
What?
They're to be shared, not sold.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll keep that.
You just hear everyone's head. And the cat does its best Morgan Freeman. He's right, you.
I can't do anything with these. I can't sell them.
It's useless. This is useless.
They would not give me money. This is useless to me. I love how that's share, not sell. I can't use this. God, that was awesome.
I would like to point out that during my note making for this session, the amount of times I went through, I'm like, okay, I need to have something. I knew I was doing the cat stuff. I'm like, I want to have a little fun. How can I have a little fun? And then the ring of cookies happened.
I love that this exists.
Yep. Who says custom magic items can't be fun?
Boring people, that too.
At this point, Kite is no longer paying attention to anything going on there.
He's still looking at his piece of paper.
He has the piece of paper back out.
So while that's happening, you hear the flapping of a book behind you.
Can I
Anything
help you, Lou?
I was actually going to ask you the same question, sir.
Just familiarizing myself.
Very well, then. Flies back over, and then you look, and then he's opened himself out, and there is a pop-up pirate sword fight happening. And the kids are loving it. And he totally looks like the pirate book from the Page Master.
I mean, of course he does.
Mm-hmm. And then you look again, and it's You go back and you look again, and now it's Pirate Book from the Page Master Llewellyn, and Eye Patch Pat wearing Puss in Boots Sunday having a rapier fight.
Adventure. His name is Adventure.
His name is Adventure.
I'm sorry, I forgot, okay?
What's so hard about remembering adventure, horror, and fantasy?
It's Teach.
That's true.
Because every time I hear the word horror, I see Nora's face and I vomit a little bit.
Hey, is it the projectile right?
No, stop it!
Really, every time I hear the word horror, I just want to punch someone.
What do you mean you want to punch someone?
Stage fright. Your studio's two doors to the left. Please.
Did we ever make the stage fright command?
No.
Ah, darn. Because I would totally have him show up right now just to get punched.
You just did. I'm ready to punch him. Now get him next door.
You could exit.
He's on the
stage
wrong
left.
set.
Yes.
So the entertaining, and as this little show was going on, the 26th on that roll also had one other thing that it did, is how quickly it would work. Basically, this works within 10-15 minutes.
Wow.
It is that good. Like you can see the lesions are starting to like clear up and like shrivel, and everyone seems to be perfectly fine.
Thank goodness. That worked much better than I expected it to.
That's incredible, Ponzi.
Well done, sir.
That was easy. It's just mix a couple things, put the flour in, and it does the work.
Well, with the kids healthy again, and they do have this cat to help protect them a little bit, I would say that our work here is done, but I also feel kind of scared for these children. I wish there was a way we could be sure that they'd be safe.
Yeah, is there anyone here who watches them outside of Snowy?
Well, there was a caretaker, right? That was also down with the
Yes,
rock?
Miss Yasmin, who,
Right.
not to completely steal things, but since we've already gone full Final Fantasy at this point, definitely looks like Adia.
Oh, no.
I said looks like, not acts like.
Okay.
And Adia was actually very caring before she was
Possessed, yes.
possessed.
I mean, all I remember is the possessed part.
Yes, this is Matron, which is why I called her the matron of the orphanage.
Right, that makes sense. Well, we should probably talk to her a bit, because Chloe would be very curious to see, well, first, how did this happen? And two, how can you be sure it's not going to happen again?
Well, the short answer is we can't, and it's an orphanage. Things happen.
It's a terrible mentality.
It's not that I don't have a good mentality, it's that sometimes things happen. There's very little we can do. There's only so much money that there is to go around, and you have to make it last.
So if you had more money, then you would be able to protect yourselves better?
Protect us from what, exactly?
Well, from getting sick like you did here.
The only thing, it wouldn't have protected us from getting sick. It would have allowed us to potentially purchase what we needed from that absolutely atrocious human. But no, like, what benefit do people have from attacking an orphanage?
None outside of cruelty, I imagine.
So I don't think that you have too much to worry.
But clearly, cruel people like that are still here in the city.
Caspian Duras is an absolute scum of a human being. Because we were within 3 blocks of his shop. Keep in mind, we were here first. He didn't think we deserved to be here. So he was doing everything he could to try and get us. So if I were to make an assumption, it would probably be that it came from.
Which is what we assumed.
And considering his shop has now been burned down, from what I understand, you guys said the other day when he came running in, I don't think there's anything too much to worry about. Because if I do remember correctly, and I quote, he's dead, he wouldn't be smart to show his face around here anytime soon, would he?
I suppose not, unless he doesn't really fear us.
I don't think he's that smart.
Smart or dumb?
Well, either way, how about this then? His shop is burned down. You gave him an absolutely horrible name in the area he was doing business. There's no business for him here. If he's anything like the other one here, he'll move on to greener pastures.
I suppose that's true. But will you really be okay here without anybody to protect you?
Again, what do you think we need protection from?
Well, I don't know. Just in
Okay
case
then.
somebody else comes up and has another bad opinion of orphans, or doesn't like people who are common or dirty or poor or whatever reason, and then they take it out on you.
You worry too much about things that you shouldn't be worrying about. We were fine before. String of bad luck, we'll be fine again. You have other more important things you should be worrying about, my dear.
I suppose we do, though. How do you know that?
I was sick, I wasn't deaf.
Oh, I suppose that's true. Well, if it's all the same, we are friends with the royal family. So if you do ever need anything, I mean, we would never hesitate to help people in need. Especially
How
people we've
long do you
befriended.
plan on staying in the city?
Well, you could always reach us by letter or by, magical message.
And would you be able to get back in time?
Potentially. I'm almost able to cast teleport. I just need to work at it for a few more years.
Again, you worry about too many things that are out of your control.
Kite actually gives a chuckle under his breath at this conversation.
We'll be fine. I can promise you that.
Very well.
All right, children. Now that you're all back up and running, this place isn't going to clean itself. Chop, chop, let's go. And you all hear the collective, aww. And as this happens, Lou gets distracted, and Sunday gets a little rapier shot in, and we get the and he fully falls down. Pages open. A random tongue just flops out with X's across eyes. Okay, and they all just run off and scattered and start, doing the cleaning.
So Chloe goes to pick up Lou. So clearly you need to work on your form. So she picks him up safely and closes him.
Yeah, Lou steps
You have
out.
work to do.
Lou snaps out of it and goes, "There's no form. We were told to edit. We edited that."
Oh, well then, very good form. Being able to pull that off.
He goes, "It would be horrible of me to not let their cat win."
You let him win. I see. And she looks at Sunday.
Sunday just winks at you.
You certainly did, Lou.
I love the shaking of the head I'm getting from Nora.
Well, and she looks at Kite and Ponzi and Kira.
At this point, by the way, Kai gets up from the table he was writing it in his little journal in and joins you as well.
Well, with the orphans safe and not sick, and the situation, it seems, handled at hand, where should we go from here?
I want to go back to the shop.
The shop is burned.
Yeah, the shop's burned down.
That doesn't mean there's not something interesting in there.
Fair point.
That's true. He still has yet to pay us, which he never will, but that doesn't mean I think we'll do something from his wares.
I believe we'd have to assume we're not getting paid.
Well, no, I was trying to make an argument to not feel bad about stealing things from a burned down building.
What was the insight for, Kai?
To know how destroyed the shop would be, whether anything would be left in it.
There'd be nothing left. Absolutely nothing left.
You do realize, Ponzi, that when Kiara and I left the shop, it was still burning for at least a good 45 minutes at that point.
That's fair point. Yeah, there was a lot of burning.
Well, we could at least go to the bar across the street.
I mean, if you're going for a drink, yes. Otherwise, probably not a lot of information, but sure. It's a starting point. We can do that.
I could use a good drink. I'm tired of making them.
It might be a good way to unwind after everything that we've been through.
I could try some of that again. It was very nice last time.
It did look very good on you.
Huh?
The mane.
Oh, yes, the bee. Yeah, maybe not something like that, but just one of your, what do you call it, intoxicating drinks?
I mean, I've got Jello shots if you want to get intoxicated.
I'd rather get something from a bar. But thank you.
Okay. So you go back to the Rose and Crown, and our good friend Orion the bartender. You just want to hear me do the Irish voice and roll my R's again, don't you?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
So you walk in, and then Ponzi and Chloe don't get much, but Orion recognizes Kite and Kiara immediately. Ah, my friends, you're back for more. What can I get for you? Another ravishing red ale for the lovely lady.
It's just she chuckles. She's like, no, something more regular would be appreciated this
Something
time.
more regular. Are you making me choose, or are you choosing? Because there's a difference, my dear.
Oh, surprise me, sir.
All right, roll me a d12. He's going, anybody else wants a beverage?
Sure, I'll take one.
I suppose it can't hurt.
All right, you guys also roll me d12s. Yes, I have a beer list.
Of course you do.
Okay. Alrighty, so first things first. We will start with Kiara. Says, alrighty, you want me to surprise you? He looks and says, we'll go with this one. He pours you a drink, and unlike the Ravishing Red, which had a nice foamy head to it, this one just sort of is the same color, but isn't as foamy at all. And he hands it to you, and it smells of apple and pear blossom. Before we get to yours, we will go to Chloe. Chloe. He looks and goes, you look like you could use a strong beverage, madam. And he goes and he pours one, and this thing is thick and black and foamy.
So Guinness.
It's what Guinness wants to grow up to be. And he hands it to you.
Oh dear.
And then finally for Ponzi. This one is still a black, still a dark beer, but not nearly as thick or as dark as the one that Chloe got. And he goes and looks at Kai. He goes, "Just a water for you, like last time, my friend."
That will be fine.
He slides you down a water. So we'll start with Kiara. What you have in front of you is the Draught of the Dryad, a crisp, hard cider with notes of pear blossom. For the next 4 hours, you are able to cast the Druidcraft cantrip.
What does that do?
Let's take a peek. Druidcraft. Alrighty, Druidcraft. You create I'll just post it for you.
Thank you.
It's easy. There we go.
Huh. That's cute.
All right, then we'll go to Ponzi next. You, my friend. He goes, "You, this is I probably shouldn't have given you this one now that I'm thinking about it, but it's already too late for that. This is a wonderful thing from down on the coast of Andarian. This is called the Rogue's Porter. It's a nice, thick, robust porter. And what the Rogue's Porter does is for the next hour, you get +2 on stealth and deception checks, but -4 on persuasion and intimidation. And as for you, my dear, my suggestion to you would be don't touch anything metallic after you take a drink of that one.
That makes me a little concerned.
But trust me, you look like you could use it, and I think you'll like it. I absolutely know you'll like it, Lassie.
I'll take it on your recommendation.
All right, so you take a sip of this thick, rich, creamy stout. This is the Thunderclaw Stout. This strong brew imbues the imbiber with a set of electric claws that turns their unarmed strikes into slashing damage and doubles the damage from their ability modifier for 1 hour. There is so much built-up electricity, however, that the imbiber gains disadvantage on all social rolls as their hair is statically charged and stands up in crazy, uncontrollable formations.
My pigtail!
Also, every time they touch metal during the hour, they roll a d6. On a roll of 1, 2, or 3, they shock themselves for 1 point of electricity damage.
Oh, don't adjust your glasses, Chloe.
I see Nora taking notes for these for Ponzi for later.
Yes.
I can just give you my list of homebrews. Literally homebrews.
That'll work.
So, Kiara
Because
takes...
Ponzi's totally going to make these for the king later.
Yeah, so Kiara takes a sip and gets the, be able to do the Druidcraft. Ponzi takes a sip and he feels like a little stealthy. Chloe takes a sip and poof! Electric ginger afro.
Oh, Kira doesn't take a sip. She downs the thing.
Oh, she downs it.
Yeah, Ponzi's down in the thing, too. There's no sipping.
Chloe's probably drinking rather steadily. But
Yeah, so just poof!
jeez. I'm picturing this scene of us all just kind of sitting side by side, like doing the drink in sync, and then like all the different effects go.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's just Kite with his paper and a water.
That packs a bit of a punch.
Kite doesn't have his paper out. It's too crowded. He will not have his paper out here.
There.
Just as water.
Let's see.
Kara looks around and she's like, I have this sudden feeling of wondering what the weather's supposed to be like.
Well, I think it feels like it's going to be a lightning storm. But maybe that's just me.
So, based on the last time at least 2 of you were here, you're here for some more information, I assume. What can I do for you?
Actually, I think we just came here for the brew.
Actually,
In that case, enjoy the beverage.
no, wait. I do have a question.
Hmm.
Two things, I suppose. Although I'd appreciate if you keep it a little bit on the down low.
Yes, in this public bar that's open to everybody right now. Yes,
Well, I
absolutely.
mean, I'm trying to lower my voice a little bit.
Right, fair enough.
Sweetheart, I'm
Uh,
going to stop you right there. I want no information. It's going to get me in trouble with any sort of authority. So, if you start asking any questions like that, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the bar.
What if I ask you a question that is really just a question of if you've seen anybody lately? One of my professors over from the college, Professor Real Creek, he's not been seen in a while. I didn't know if maybe he might have come to this bar anytime recently.
He looks at you and points out across the bar. And this is like the Rose and Crown makes it sound like a very high-end, sophisticated bar. This is what one would call a dump aspiring to be a dive. You look over and there's a couple of old dudes like falling off bar stools with paper bags wrapped around their beverage. There's a couple of like guys barely able to stand up throwing darts. Like there's clearly a bookie taking bets on the game of pool happening. There's a card shark at a poker game in the back. And he looks and goes, I really don't think anyone from the magic school is going to be shopping here. There's much better places for them to be. I ain't never seen anybody from the school come here, missy.
Well, I suppose we'll keep it that way.
Well, you've come here now, so we can't keep it that way.
Oh, darn.
But yeah, this is definitely not the place for them.
If he didn't want to be seen, he might have come here, though.
That is true, but that
I
also would mean
Not being seen in the bar is one thing, but being seen going into the bar or coming out of the bar, that's another thing entirely.
Fair point.
true. I suppose that was a silly question.
Never a silly question. Ones that might not need to be asked, yes, but never a silly question.
Well, thank you all the same.
You hear a thud. Hold on a minute. Damn it, Peter. Why is it every time I'm in a conversation with a tater, you gotta go falling off your damn seat? Give me a minute. And the dwarf just goes trudging out, picks up the drunk guy. It's the same drunk guy you guys saw the last time you were here, and goes and picks it back up on the seat again.
Is that guy just here all the time?
Not all the time, but because I kick him out when we close. Where he goes after that, I got no idea. No, Peter, the beer isn't watered down. It's not a beer. I gave you a water. Drink the water before I give you another one. You know how this works. We've been over this.
Well, I suppose that's normal.
He's a regular. He's pretty much harmless. You just got to remind him a couple of times not to be stupid. He never listens. Half the people who come here, they know he's going to be here. They can't wait for me to yell at them.
For as rowdy as this place is, it is a little bit comforting in terms of, I suppose you get to know people really well here.
Orion looks at you. Darling, I'm a bartender. My job isn't to get to know you. My job is to remember who you are, what you drink, and why your wife left you.
Oh.
Because guess what? That's what pays the bills.
No, I understand. Well, thank you for the drink all the same. I don't know if I'll try this again, but it's certainly been invigorating.
Yeah, I figured you could use a little bit of a pick-me-up.
This is true.
And
All of a sudden, you guys hear the sound of a cat meowing, but you don't know where it's coming from.
you guys say this, and Orion just looks at you, Kiara, gives a small nod, and continues on. Bartender knows what he does. And then he looks over at Ponzi, and you're eyeing me inventory. What's on your mind? I can tell you're up to something.
Would you be interested in a business venture?
A business venture. A dwarf. A mountain dwarf and a rock gnome going into business with each other in a bar. If that ain't what they make the storybooks out of.
Ponzi lays down 8 different flavors of jello shots in front of the barkeep.
What am I supposed to do with that? I push the jar and the damn thing wiggles. It's going to attack me, isn't it?
Drink it.
How am I supposed to drink that? It's not a liquid. It's like a solid that's trying to be a liquid.
Trust me. Try it.
Why in the holy hell would that? Well, you are a dwarf. You're a gnome, so you are one of our folk, I guess. You're doing one with me.
Yeah, Ponzi willingly pulls out one.
And then he looks and he tosses a jello shot down to Chloe, passes the jello shot down to Kiara, and holds it up.
Kira looks at the thing kind of strangely because she's not really, as much as she's been around Ponzi a bit, she's not really familiar with this stuff, but she holds it up.
Don't worry, I don't know what the bloody hell this is either.
She holds it up nonetheless.
Yeah, Chloe does the same.
Yeah,
Apparently we're supposed to drink this, but I think it's going to be one of a slurping noise anyway. Cheers!
So Kira pounds this thing.
Yeah. And he hits it and just... And then when he slams the glass back down on the table like a normal shot, he goes a little dwarf and slams it too hard, and the other 4 glasses that are on there just bounce off the table and shatter behind the bar. So yeah, the red, the yellow, the blue, and the green shots all shattered behind the bar.
Well,
Oh, I apologize. I get a little excited when I get to drink.
You know the best part?
Hmm?
If you take the glass out of those, they're still usable.
What?
Take the glass out of them.
I'm not touching anything. Like, do you know how much crap is on the floor here? They might still be usable, but I'm not touching them. I might be a dwarf, but even I'm not taking something off the floor from this bar.
Yeah, give him your friend Dave down there.
First off, his name is Peter. Second of all, no. I want him to be able to function and give me money. I don't want to be buying a coffin for him.
But how was it?
Interesting. It was. I would imagine that's what drinking slime would feel like. But
I have been in a gelatinous cube, so yes, a little bit.
That's disgusting, but at the same time a little bit badass. But I can definitely taste the alcohol. And was that pomegranate?
Yes, it was.
You know, I might look like a dwarf, but I do appreciate a good pomegranate. Any fruit that you have to... You know, we're not going to get into how we get the seeds out of the pomegranate. But anyhow, I'm going to go to... I can see the pool table needs some more rounds, so I'll leave you all to your drinking here. I'm going to go give it a... Yes, I'm coming! Give me a second, Todd. Jeez! Can't you see it with customers? I was doing a shot with customers. You know, what you're supposed to do for a good bartender. You would never buy me a shot, you piece of crap! And he goes over with a round of beers.
I'm curious, what's Kite doing during all this, by the way?
Kite just seems like in a trance. Like he's totally not listening to everything going on. He's just like staring at his glass of water. Like he has it in his hands, just like twirling it around.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's deep in thought about something. He has no idea what's going on right now.
Yeah.
He's like Emmett Brown, except holding a water instead of a shot of whiskey.
Exactly.
Kara looks like she could use like a nap right now.
Aw.
She also looks very, very comfortable with whatever she's doing.
Meanwhile, Chloe's hair is just poofy, and there's like a small bit of static electricity jumping between the ends of the hair.
Like Chloe probably goes to like if Kira looks like she's kind of like dozing off or something, she kind of puts a hand on her to like steady her. It's like, are you all right? Oh gosh!
Yeah, no. As soon as you go to touch Kiara, you get a static thing, and Kiara gets a little poof of static.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What was that?
I think it was this drink I had.
Mm-hmm.
Are you feeling okay?
Oh, I feel great.
That's a little bit of what I'm concerned about. Maybe we should start getting back to the, what was it called? The Enclave? Oh, maybe we should start getting back to our rooms and take things a little bit easy for the rest of the night. We've had quite a bit of a journey over the past night.
Yeah, easy's good. I get one more from the barkeep though, because that was actually really good.
Ponzi's
Turning Kira into an alcoholic.
Ponzi's kind of looking around for the recipe book, just to notate. He's notating all the stuff on the wall and everything, so he can start making the drinks at home or on the road. Barkeep,
He wanders back over. Yeah, what can I do for you?
you wouldn't, one, be interested in buying that stuff as far as a recipe, and two, you wouldn't have a recipe book for sale, would you?
The first one, no to the second one. Yeah, I'm a bartender. I'm not a brewer.
He doesn't make them; he just sells them.
Oh, you must have a supplier then.
Normally how this works, yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Where is the local supply in this city?
Local supply, yeah, local supply. You I get all my beer from my cousin up in the mountains. Makes a trip down here once a month to stock me up.
It's a family business then in a way. That's rather charming.
It's dwarves and beer, lassie. Doesn't matter which dwarf you are, if it's beer involved, it's a family business.
It's a fair point.
Fair point.
The dwarf either has an axe in his hand or a brew, or both.
But say, why stop at just a beer in one hand? Well, a beer, an axe. And you look, and he's got a beer in his hand, and he reaches up from the bar, and he's got a battle axe.
Of course he does.
No, see, you've got this wrong. You need to get the battle axe with a cup holder.
Hold on a second. He reaches, goes into the bar, you hear everything, and he pulls out a cup with a stein, and attached to the handle is a battle axe.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
The problem with this is I get too excited, and I'll hit myself in the head. So we don't. This is just a show prop. He goes, ah! And he's got the axe and the beer again.
I regret nothing.
And he looks, yeah. And then you hear some complaining over by the dartboard. He goes, Conrad, we've been over this. No, I don't care about. That's it. And he takes the axe without looking and bisects the dart in two at the bullseye. He goes, see, I told you that's how I was going to end the arguments. Now, when you get in your next round, bring my axe back.
Note to self: don't
just
piss off
looking like
barkeep. Got it.
Kara's just looking impressed and like, somewhat like lazily like happy that all this is happening because she's.
I think we should probably get you back home to rest, Kira. And besides, again, like we should probably. I think it's been enough of a time. You said you wanted one to go?
I just,
Yes.
I'm experiencing your cultures.
If you're taking one to go, you're just gonna get the straight up one.
That's fine.
And I don't know where my cousin found this, but he says it's some strange and exotic. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's a pilsner, but he says it's some strange and exotic thing. He said it was like yang-a-lang or something like that. I have no bloody clue.
I'll take it.
At least he didn't say pumpkin spice.
That's only in October, and my God, we've got a great pumpkin spice beer.
That is a good time for it, yes.
So Kiara takes whatever the heck this is, like a to-go mug or whatever the hell.
You're not sure how it works here, but he definitely just gave you what is the equivalent of a medieval red Solo cup.
Right.
Or it's not a to-go beer. Yeah, and we can't call them to-go beers because of the board. So you simply order to walk me down.
Fair enough.
That works.
Kara's actually gonna leave a gold coin like on the actually two. She's gonna leave 2 gold coins on the bar as a tip for him.
Nice. We are paying. I am paying this
So
with the royal family.
she's been thoroughly entertained by tonight's goings on.
Can the 3 of you roll a D100?
Certainly.
Nora, Cham, and OPT?
A D100 for each of them?
Yes.
Ooh, I am intrigued.
Ponzi's leaving a 5 spot for the barkeep.
Yeah.
As you do that, he does slip you a business card.
Kara doesn't really know the value of the money.
You would roll a 2, Nora.
So,
So
remember when y'all rolled 100?
Yes, that was fantastic.
that totals 56. So it takes 56 seconds after they walk out for Kite to realize they're gone.
We would have notified Kite. At least
Because you're
Chloe.
sitting there with the walk me down and you're talking about that, and then Ponzi's looking at the business card. And
Well, I guess Chloe is kind of preoccupied with making sure Kira doesn't stumble over herself or say anything else.
And Chloe is still kind of statically charged.
That is true. Chloe, by the way, is holding her liquor surprisingly well.
So Kara looks over at Chloe's like, you really should think about asking the prince out. I think you two would be good for each other, especially what I know about you from your letters.
Why do you think that?
Just think you and him would be great together. It seems like he'd watch out for you. You seem like you'd watch out for him. It's kind of a major thing with us.
And that's what you got from my letters with you?
I feel like that's not the only thing I got from your letters, but I just feel like you'd like somebody who could look out for you, and then you'd like somebody you could look out for.
Well, that is true, I suppose.
As I said, it's kind of a major thing in our tribe. It's a lot of times, how we start picking mates.
Kira,
Yes?
how often do members of your tribe look outside of their tribe?
We don't.
Not ever?
I mean, not in the last 1,000 years, from what I can tell. Ever since we separated from humans.
Well, not separated entirely. I mean, my father would tell me tales of when he would have to go down there as a younger merchant and do trade with your people.
I mean, yes, that did happen every so often, but...
And so there were obviously interactions.
Yes, but I can assure you there were not relations.
Ever?
As far as I am aware. At least
see.
in my lifetime.
Oh.
As this conversation is happening, you hear the door of the bar open again, and you hear this immense sound of what appears to be a bag of coin jingling. And none of you noticed this when you guys were in the bar, but you look back and it's Kai coming out of the bar with a coin purse that is fully loaded.
Did he just shark them at pool?
No, he sharked them at darts because he's a monk.
Nice.
Nice.
And he's just got this bag is just like fully loaded. And he walks up to you and goes, I gotta come back there. They're easy marks.
Goodness.
Humans and their money. I don't quite get it, but congratulations, whatever.
Oh,
As she drinks from the walkout cup she has.
To walk me down.
Yeah.
enjoy your sippy cup. Oh, Kite, is Kite with us yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. So Chloe's relatively quiet with that conversation on the way back.
Kira's not actually. At this
Of
point,
course, she's not.
she's rattling off like a lot of like different traditions in her tribe, mostly relating to mating and how they pick mates, and possibly what happens when they mate.
Chloe's taking very feverish notes.
Which Kara doesn't even notice because she's just talking at this point. Is she is able to walk straight, but is clearly not like in her right mind.
Which is why we left the bar.
Oh. I love how we managed to we've gone to the bar twice in the past 3 sessions.
Oh, we got a problem.
Yep.
Kara's learning a whole lot about human ale. I'll tell you that much.
You walk around with a rock gnome who has jello shots, and you think we have a problem.
That is true. It's kind of a theme of us to have alcohol in the
I
party.
mean, at least you sell those. Now we're actually drinking them.
I haven't actually sold them yet.
So yeah, no, you can go back to the entire thing. He hasn't actually sold the jello shot.
It's a fair point.
So as you make your way back to the keep, you get there and you are met by a depressed looking Chancellor Margrave and Alwyn.
What's wrong with you two?
How long is this walk, just out of curiosity again?
Probably 20 minutes, half hour.
Okay, so at this point, Kara's looking extremely tired.
So Alwyn just sort of can't say anything, and the Chancellor speaks up and goes, well, we've gotten word from Eagle Scout.
And?
The tournament, the games are over.
Over? Thought they were going to last for a while longer.
Well, so did we, but turns out the champion of Cade Greyfort was something else.
Huh?
Is Greyfort was that Eagles Guards?
Cade Greyfort is Ashton Greyfort's son.
Okay, gotcha. So it's as we feared it would be.
I didn't fear it, just expected it.
So the only good news coming out of that is that Her Royal Highness, His Royal Highness, and the Princess shall all be back within a couple of days. You know how long your trip took, so. Bad part is that the next part of the traditional ceremony is there's a welcoming ceremony to welcome the new members into the royal family. That is going to be scheduled for 2 weeks from now.
That's the part I'm not okay with.
So that means we must act quickly if we're going to, well, bring the accusations we had to light.
That means all the time that I've spent prepping hasn't been enough.
Can you move things up?
can I learn faster?
Actually, I may have a way.
It's less my preparation and more making sure everything's in the necessary alignment.
The Chancellor speaks up. Before you say anything, not that I don't fully agree with what you're doing, but I need to leave in case anything happens and I can say I know nothing. He just sort of walks out.
We should probably discuss this in behind closed doors.
Oh, there's not much to discuss right now.
Well, there might be if you told us what you were planning. Because perhaps we could help you with it.
Well, I'm sure that I will need assistance, but I can't really clue you in onto what's happening without knowing what's happening myself. I have a very vague plan. The only other person who knows about this very vague plan is, well, the person that it impacts the most, but
Mm-hmm. Is there anything we can do to help it or make it less vague?
I don't believe right now. And it's not that I don't trust, but until I fully understand what it is that we need to do, I prefer not to include others as to not muddy the waters per se.
So as you finish talking, Kiara is suddenly standing next to you, and she like just bops her head into your neck and makes a just a large purring sound.
You do realize you are in your human form right now.
Yes.
Kiara, I think maybe you need to lie down for a bit.
Oh,
Here.
maybe I do.
You're nuzzling Kite.
Well, yes, he's handsome.
I am also taken.
Oh, my apologies.
At this point, Kai comes over. Come on, let's go. And Kai starts taking you off to the road.
Okay. She's like stumbles on. She finishes drinking her drink.
Yeah. So at this point, Alwyn looks up and goes, I don't know what the plan is or what's going on or what to discuss, but whatever you need. I'm willing to do whatever needs to be done to not let anyone from that family marry my sister.
And I at least definitely second that. What we've seen, like, the people who could be doing this are terrible people. That's the last we want to have in charge, especially with somebody like the princess.
Kite looks over at Chloe. You had something to drink at the bar, yes?
Chloe smooths out her ponytail as much as she can. Yes, this is true.
We will discuss this when there is no alcohol in your system.
I'd argue that I'm fairly sober, but I see your point.
Well, let's just say, not knowing how long the insobriety of Kiara would continue, I did not intend on exposing any intricate details tonight.
She does tend to have loose lips when she gets drunk, doesn't she?
And it's not so much the loose lips I'm concerned about, it's just her not remembering saying
No.
something to someone.
That makes sense.
Though I will be very inclined to ask her if she realized she was flirting with me tonight.
Well, I'm sure that was just an accident.
What,
She said he
the
was
nuzzling
cute.
me or calling me handsome?
I hope both.
At this point, Chloe, you hear Llewellyn whisper in your ear, and see, that's how it's done.
I think I have had enough to drink. I'm probably gonna go to my room and lay down as well, because this has been a day. It has been a. Just we'll talk later, Kai, Ponzi. Kai.
I'm sure Kai is like telling Kiara to drink a lot of water before she goes to sleep.
No. He goes, and if you need any milk, I'll have some sent up.
Oh,
I was
please.
gonna say he's sitting there with a saucer of milk.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
totally has a saucer of milk brought in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with that, Chloe excuses herself and wishes the prince good night as well because she knows she's under a lot of stress.
Well, if you'd like, I can walk you back to your room.
All right. Fine.
He's doing it for two reasons. One is to, for obvious reasons. The second one is because technically you haven't actually been in the room since you've been back, because you ran off and slept at the school and you slept at the orphanage.
This is true. I barely know what my room looks like. I just assume it has like my name on it somewhere.
Yeah. So it's just Ponzi and Kite left.
I have to go write a business plan.
You enjoy that.
Kite's writing defense plans. Ponzi's writing business plans.
Not defense plans.
Offensive plans.
Offensive plans now. Yeah.
No, not even
No.
offense plans.
Escape
Just
plans.
plans.
Escape plans.
Kidnapping plans.
Oh, there you go.
So, I guess the question to be asked is, do we want to fast forward to everyone getting back, or do we want to call it?
Feels like a good place to end.
Good place to end it.
Okay, well, one thing that has to be done before we end this then, because finally, Chloe makes it back to her room.
Oh, right, that's a thing.
And so Alwyn brings you to your room and goes, well, here you go. If you need anything, just let someone know. We can get it for you.
And the same goes for you. If you need anything, as a friend, we're all here for you, and I definitely am here for you as well.
You walk in, and on the bed is what appears to be a green lensed pair of pince-nez glasses.
Those are lovely. She turns around to see if Alwyn's still there. Alwyn, did you?
And the door's closed and he's gone. And I'm not going to explain what they do. I will let you enjoy the wall of text that goes with the lexicon lenses.
Holy Hannah.
But with that, we leave the party. Kai bringing a saucer of milk to Kiara. Chloe playing with her new pince-nez glasses. And then the split screen of Ponzi and Kite. Each one with quill and parchment in hand, each one writing a plan, each one for vastly different reasons. And finally, we have the prince, who is just sitting there punching a bag in frustration. And with that, thank you everybody for watching. On behalf of Chameleon Ice, Crimson Avix, No Racer, NOPT Lawyer, I am TGE, reminding you to, of course, as always, keep hailing.
Hi, everybody.
Good night.